Welcome back to the Potential Maximizer podcast. If you've been following along, you know we don't do lectures here. We tell real stories, the kind that echo something inside you. And today, I want to introduce you to someone. Her name is Maya. She could be someone you passed by this morning. She could be someone in your inbox. She might even remind you a little too much of yourself. Before anything changed, Maya was the kind of person everyone called solid, reliable, efficient, the quiet one in the background who always got things done. She had a strength for spotting patterns, the kind of mind that could simplify chaos, anticipate problems before they happened, and make people feel safe. But most people never saw that, because Maya didn't really show it. Not because she was modest, but because somewhere along the way, she started believing that being good was enough. She thought, if I just do my work well, someone will notice. I don't need to speak up unless I have something perfect to say. I know I'm capable. I just don't need to prove it. And so, for a long time, she stayed in that invisible zone, recognized, but never really seen. Then one afternoon, something small, almost forgettable, cracked it open. Her manager called her into a meeting. Maya, they said, we're putting Maya in charge of the new project. I know you've been across it, but she's just a bit more proactive in how she shows up. Maya nodded, smiled, said all the right things. But inside, it was like something slammed against her chest. Because the truth was, she had ideas, she had vision, she had quietly kept that whole project alive. But no one knew that, because she never let them see it. That night, she went home and sat at her kitchen table long after dinner. She didn't cry, she didn't rage, she just sat, still, and finally asked herself, why do I keep making myself smaller than I am? What followed wasn't some dramatic pivot. Maya didn't quit her job, move cities, or write a manifesto. She started smaller. She started by listening, really listening, to what gave her energy. When did she feel most alive at work? What kinds of conversations made her lean in? What moments made her think, I could do this all day? It was never in spreadsheets or status updates. It was when she was leading, when she was guiding others, when she was helping people see what they couldn't yet see for themselves. But here's the thing, knowing your strengths, that's just level 2. The hard part is using them. She made a deal with herself. Once a day, just once, she would speak up in a way that felt true. Not loud, not polished, just honest. In one meeting, she challenged a rushed timeline. Not to complain, but to offer a better system. In another, she asked to present, instead of just preparing the deck. Each time her voice shook, each time her heart pounded, but each time, something shifted. People started turning toward her, not just around her. She got invited into conversations she used to only take notes on, and she started realizing her strength wasn't just strategy, it was presence, and she had kept it locked behind years of conditioning to stay humble, small, agreeable. The real test came a few months later. A new leadership development program opened up. Something Maya would have never imagined herself applying for. It required vision, ownership, a willingness to stretch. Old Maya, she would have convinced herself she wasn't quite ready. But now, she saw it differently. Not as a performance, but as alignment. As the next level. She applied, she got in, and the version of her who showed up there wasn't trying to prove herself, she was building herself. A few weeks into the program, one of her cohort peers said, "You always ask the questions we're all afraid to ask. Where did you learn to think like that?" Maya smiled. "It's not that I learned it, it's that I finally let it out. You know, sometimes the loudest growth doesn't come from shouting your strengths. It comes from stopping the silence. We all have a version of Maya inside us, a part that knows what we're good at, but hesitates, holds back, waits to be invited. But what if mastery doesn't come from being discovered? What if it comes from choosing to step in again and again, even when your voice shakes? If you've been playing small, if you've been calling it humility, when really it's fear, then maybe it's time to ask, what have you been hiding that could change everything if you just used it? Thanks for being here. And if this stirred something in you, good. You don't need a perfect plan, just a moment of courage. I'll see you in the next one.